weeks in, I guess, almost a couple weeks in camp. Just how's it going for you? I mean, obviously you've been around, so this is not new for you, but how's this camp going for you?
Yeah, it's going really well. Just doing my best, trying to be a professional, trying to bring guys up, hold everybody to the standard, just connecting better as a team. So I think it's going good.
I know at Stanford you guys were more of a 3-4, is that right? Kind of an odd.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess just without getting into what you guys are doing here too much, but kind of what's different for you as far as how you're playing and how they're using you as opposed when you were back there.
So here, I'm playing a lot more like zone. We played a lot of man at Stanford, and I was like man on the tight end, like I don't know, maybe 60% of my snaps, maybe 40. But yeah, here it's a lot more zone concepts.
There's a lot of new faces kind of surrounding you, and you being one of them. How have you guys kind of all just came together and gelled a little bit?
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Like, even though a lot of guys are new, we still feel like we've known each other for a while, just through like team activities and getting connected in that way. And then, you know, just the grind of camp, it's brought everybody together pretty well.
What ways off the field have you guys kind of came together?
So me and Ace, we went bowling the other night. I'm trying to think of what we did during. Oh, we had like a team or like position groups that went to Coach Allen's house. We went paintballing. I'm trying to think. And then we had this thing called the program, which was like a leadership team building activity, which really helped us, I think.
So a lot of different things that are competition based still.
Yeah, still very much so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think you talked in the spring that you liked kind of how you're being used in the defense because you could kind of move around and kind of play some different roles.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still kind of how camp is going, or have you maybe zeroed in kind of on what they want you to do, how they want you to excel in the defense?
Yeah, so in the spring, I was doing a little bit edge rush stuff, and I'm still doing that just because of our blitzes are built like that. But as of now, I'm pretty zeroed in at Mike. Yeah, inside backer. Yeah.
We have Aaron Casey over there as well.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest transition phase, I guess, for you coming from Stanford and now coming here, where it's obviously a totally different defense and different conference and everything else?
Yeah, so because the Big Ten is big boy football, playing at a heavier weight, it's more physical, which I like. Because Stanford and the Pac-12 was a lot more like air raid. I was lighter. I was about 233, 235. Here I'm about 240, 242. So getting used to that weight and playing it, or just trying to get used to like having the stamina at that weight. But it's going well.
What was the process like of adding weight? I mean, you're obviously older, right? And your body
Right.
kind of taps out at a certain point. It's like it gets hard to add weight.
Right. So I was kind of fighting to be 233, 235. So I'm enjoying it a little bit more here. I'm able to eat a little more. I'm still fairly lean, so it's been good, but it wasn't hard to gain weight at all.
Any specific exercise or besides like the nutrition, like that you did to gain weight?
So, I mean, Wellman is like best in the business. So, just like our lifting regimen and how heavy we lift, and just the intensity of which we work out, like the demand that it created in our body allowed me to put on weight fairly easy.
Is that kind of like something you for yourself going to the Big Ten knew, like, okay, I have to do this, or was it kind of like communicated to you by coaches here, like, hey, you're gonna see a lot more power run stuff here. It's a lot, like you said, a lot of big boy football, and that's kind of like that's what they told you.
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I knew the nature of the conference, but coming in, talking to Coach Wilt, and just scheme and everything, it's designed for us to play hard-nosed football and stop the run. So.
Which is, as Aaron helped you as far as just getting to know the defense. And obviously I know with Coach Carrera, he made some tweaks, but basically it's the same defense they've been running. I mean, how much have you kind of leaned on him just about ins and outs?
Yeah, so he played Mike last year, so he's been a big help in making sure I know my checks and stuff like that. So he's playing Stinger this year, so just having him as kind of like a co-pilot has been super helpful. Yeah.
What's it been like to kind of lean on him as someone who had a ton of success last year, led the team in tackles, and being able to rely on a lot of his previous experiences?
Yeah, it's great to lean on him just because I have confidence in his ability and his knowledge. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about that. Yeah.
There's a couple of you guys to transfer to IU from Stanford. Does that make your acclimation process a little bit easier or more comforting, I guess?
In a way, a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's one more added guy that I've already had like shared memories and experiences with. It's kind of weird because when they got here, I had already been here since January, and they got here in June, I think. So at that point, I was already acclimated. Like, I kind of found my group in the team, and because they both play different positions, it was like I don't interact with them as much, and we all we come together at some points, but for the most part, I don't know. I guess we have our own little separate groups, but still together.
When you started looking at IU, did you talk to Javon Swan at all? I mean, I know he was here before, and obviously he was out there. I guess you guys crossed paths for a couple of years. Did you reach out to him at all about Indiana?
Yeah, so I talked to him prior to coming here and just asked him how it was, how the program was, and he had great things to say. He said they're going to take care of you, they're going to make sure you recover. Wellman is great, but yeah, he had really good things to say. Yeah.
Anything else for Jacob?
Who won bowling between you and Ace?
Who won bowling? I did. Yeah, 155. Not great, but yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jacob.